Wide open.
Suck you get in.
My guts suck in. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We come back to you again. Wanted to share with you.
Well, this week we have been in Elkhart, Indiana.
We have.
Elkhart is home of what?
Oh, it's the capital of RVs.
Capital of RV industry.
Yes.
Over 80% of all RVs are made in Elkhart, Indiana. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. I was aware of that.
So we're here for the SOITC DRV International Rally.
Yes, our first.
Our first rally. And going to a rally, what's the number one thing that you say that...
It's meeting people for me.
Meeting people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Meeting people and learning new things. And also at this rally, because it is here in Elkhart where DRV's factory is, and MORryde's factory,
Lippert,
Dexter,
Lippert.
All of those factories are here, so
yeah.
they had maintenance guys that were out here for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I think some were even...
No, they were here today.
Some were still even here today.
Yeah.
Fixing anything that we wanted fixed. We didn't have a whole lot of things on our list, but the guys were very good at anything that we asked for, even down to the latches for the kitchen cabinet or for the cabinets throughout the trailer.
Yeah, they gave me some stuff that they done some caulking for us. I've never been any good at that, so they done that, adjusted our awning that wasn't closing properly without slapping it. But yeah, gave us some latches and a few other things that we could use. But it's like she said, they had, I know at least 4 different crews running around, and they were fixing
making any repairs you needed.
Well, they were fixing some major stuff, which kind of surprised me. I don't, minor stuff is one thing, but some major stuff is a complete different thing. But this is a major rally here in their hometown, so they have the parts and accessible to get her done.
And just like with other rallies that we've been to, we've had some good food, some good fellowship. Our first day of the DRV rally. We are going to head out to breakfast, and then we have some seminars after that. So we are here at the Elkhart campground. There's my driver. He's got his monster in his hand. His zero monster.
Make sure you clarify that.
And we were very fortunate that our site is just right behind the building. So that was our walk, guys. Not too far. Here at this rally, they have 3 of the DRV units that are on site for us to tour, and we're going to take you on a quick tour of those.
MORryde and Lippert were here as well, selling different things. We bought a handrail for the steps.
Well, welcome to the 17th Annual DRV Suites Owners International Travel Club Rally. There were about 60 rigs for the Back Home Again rally here in Elkhart, Indiana. The rally consists of a full week of seminars, tours, food, and fun. We had catered meals by MORryde, Lazy Days RV, and DRV. Some of the seminars included RVing tips and tricks, RV weight and tire safety, TPMS, MORryde, Dexter, SkyMed, Flex Armor Roof. There was also a question and answer session with DRV corporate personnel. We had a Zoom call with Open Roads Fuel Discount Program. And also a representative from the brand new RV trip planning Adventure Genie was here to introduce their program. But today we took a trip out of the park, and we went to the MORryde factory.
Yes, we did.
So that was very interesting.
Yes. To see how, of course, I like to see how things are made, and yeah, it's pretty neat.
We have the independent suspension on our toy hauler.
Yeah.
And then we also have the MORryde steps.
Yeah. Got MORryde pin box.
Yeah. So we got to tour the factory and see how some of those components are put together.
Yeah.
So I'm Jack, and we've got Hayden. He's going to kind of give you the lay of the land. I just want to talk about the showroom. And in here we bring, every day Hayden does tours if you come here for a visit, and then we do rallies here. What we're trying to do is kind of communicate what is it that we do and how does it help you. RVing is about two things. It's about the journey, it's getting to where you want to go, and then it's about enjoying it there. So we're going to show you some things over the course of this tour that deal with both halves of that. Now, Hayden asked you, how many of you already have the IS? Okay, so about half. Okay, so this is where we always start. And what this is, okay, the standard in the industry is leaf springs with a center equalizer. And the way to think about this is think about this as the foundation of your RV. Now, roads are rougher than ever. I can get you guys to agree on that. The disagreement is, what's the roughest road in the country? Okay, then you guys will all totally disagree about what's the roughest road. The second thing is, you've heard the phrase, a house is only as strong as its foundation. Strong foundation, strong house. Weak foundation, weak house. And so you, especially your club, you have amazing houses on wheels that are nicer than many stick-built homes all across the country. I mean, you have features and things inside your home that many stick-built homes would love to have, and you just don't. But just like they have a foundation, you have a foundation. And the problem is their homes aren't going over railroad tracks and potholes and bridge expansion joints, but yours are. And so what we want to do is improve the foundation. So the way to think about suspension systems, if we're stand up here and jump, we don't want to land like this, lock leg, we want flexibility. So if you think about your tires and your axles and springs as being flexible, that's going to absorb the shock. So the standard of the industry is leaf springs. The axle is here, the tires are here, and this is the standard. This is a rocker, and all it does is rock back and forth. This combination gives you about 2 inches of travel. After you load it up, it only gives you about 1 inch travel, which is why if you hit a pothole, a chuck hole, a railroad track, you just feel this. You go over the truck and you feel it with the trailer. So MORryde has a line of products that are designed to give you more flexibility. So the first one that some manufacturers use is this. This is called the CRE 3000. It has 3 inches of travel. It uses rubber to cushion and absorb shocks. This is the 4000. It's called the Alltrek 4000. It has 40% more rubber and 4 inches of travel. So 4 is way better than 3, and 3 is way better than 2. So this combination is, people say, well, what can I do to better protect my trailer? So you can do these as upgrades. Now, even those of you that don't have the IS, you probably already have some form of upgraded suspension system, because DRV probably wouldn't build much of anything with this. But there are many, many trailers that have this. So these are upgrades. If you have this is a great upgrade to go to. A couple other components that are thinking about the foundation of your house. If you have friends or neighbors with a travel trailer, they definitely would have this, and some fifth wheels would have this. This is a shackle bracket that attaches right here. It's a 1/4 inch thick. A plastic bushing goes through it, through there, and then there's a bolt. And what happens is that bushing wears and the bolt goes on this. And this round hole becomes not round, but you don't know it because you can't see it. And it becomes round. Here you can see it's kind of like, it's no longer circular, it's kind of, and then,
It's broken.
and then you're down inside the road. So what many manufacturers do, and again, if you don't have the IS on your DRV, check, because I think you have this. You have 1/2 inch instead of 1/4, which is way better. You have a bronze bushing instead of a plastic bushing, and you have a greasable bolt instead. If you don't have it, this is an amazing upgrade. It's about $130 in parts on a 2-axle trailer. So these are just upgrades. What can you do to make the foundation stronger? If you have leaf springs, you can go to more compliant suspension systems, and you can go to heavy duty components. Over here, you're going to spend some time, quite a bit, and those of you at the factory that had the IS, this is what you have. This is the independent suspension system. We throw away the axles, we throw away the springs. Instead of a 3-inch wide spring hanger, we've got this. Instead of a smaller cross member, we have a giant cross member. This is the most durable, the best performing suspension system on the market. 5.5 inches of travel, not 2, not 3, not 4. A heavy duty shock absorber. This is just designed for performance. And DRV is one of the best examples. I use it at rallies. About 10 years ago, MORryde did 0 business with DRV, like nothing. And the reason is David Fott had part ownership in one of our competitors. And so there was no way he was going to use our stuff. And so all we did is we just went to DRV rallies. And we said, hey, let's tell you what it is, and what it does, and what it means. And today, I mean, if you do the tour and you walk, you'll see a lot of this and a lot of this. And it's not because they woke up one morning and said, hey, all of a sudden I love MORryde, or hey, all of a sudden I want to spend extra money on the unit. It's because you guys asked for it. And so I'll show you another example down the road of where you guys have power, you just have to keep asking for it. So RVing is about the journey. So the suspensions are about flexibility and protecting your house. This is the MORryde pin box. This is about getting you there. So when you tow, you got your truck and you got your trailer, you got a rigid connection, you got a pin and a hitch, and those expansion joints are in just the right location, and you guys get that. It's just a jerking, chucking, bucking, and you can't pave the road. It is what it is. So what we're trying to do is just make it flexible. So we put a rubber shear spring that works great back here, and we lay it down flat, and it goes 3 inches this way and 1.5 inches this way. So now it's way more flexible, and we can just tone it down.
One thing that I found interesting there was the robots.
Robotics, yeah.
How those robots were bending.
Well, true, but
Those
for
pieces.
me, you know, to see the machines, of course I've seen them on other videos and all, but how they cut out with the lasers and all that stuff, and it's so clean, you don't have any shavings, you don't have, you know, all the things that I used to have to deal with.
Okay, so a little bit about the lasers. We can cut up to 5x10 sheeting. Most of the stuff we get is in 4x8. We can cut up to a 1/2 inch thick solid steel on these, which hits about 90% of the parts that we make here at MORryde. Anything thicker than that does go to our machine shop across town. A lot of the IS components are made across town at our machine shop. So these pieces of material are extremely heavy and awkward. We have these lifts, so if you look, you see these big yellow cranes at every station, you'll see one. So it suction cups to the piece, lifts it up. We can place it on the table. That way it can go in and get its machining done. When it comes out, we pull all of our parts out. Everything that's left over, we refer to that as a skeleton. So that all gets recycled, goes back to the refineries, they melt it back down into new sheeting. So with that, it's important we pull as much out of each part every time we see it as we can. So you'll often see 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts on one sheet of material just to get the most out of it as we can. So this will be an example of one that's just getting done. So we've done our install, it's got the IS on it. What it looks like without tires. The next step here is put tires on, bleed the brakes, and then do an alignment. So the nice thing about IS is it is an alignable system. As opposed to having bent axles that need to replace them, these can be repaired. So if you ever do bend an axle, you can just get it realigned. The other nice thing is, so Jack talked a little bit about how much beefier and larger the IS is. Just looking at this as compared to a...
How often do they recommend an alignment for the IS?
So there are folks that will come back and do it yearly with their annual maintenance. There are people that will wait until they notice abnormal tire wear. I'm the kind of guy that if it's not broke, I won't fix it. So I would wait until I notice an abnormal wear pattern, just like your car. And then that's when you would know to get it realigned. Yep.
And tomorrow we're going to the DRV factory.
Yes, we are. We have been by once, but probably 4 years ago.
Never toured the factory.
Yeah, it happened to be a holiday weekend, so we didn't get the opportunity to tour. The couple that we've met since we've been here, and SkyMed, which was another one that done a video, which this couple is part of. Anyway, they're gonna pick us up, and you know, we're going together. So
where are we off to today?
DRV for a plant tour.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It's exciting.
Yeah. We're gonna get in that big black Ford truck and head to the factory.
That's right. That's right.
But I'm still going to take you guys from literally start to finish. You're going to see raw chassis all the way up until we end up back here. And we're going to go inside. You guys will be able to see not totally finished units, but almost completed units. I am the general manager of DRV. Okay, so we have a sales team, which is Kyle, Oscar, and I have another salesman out in the Southwest, Kyle Adams. So they all have their territories. They deal with, you know, Kyle Casper deals with not the lazy days and all seasons. Oscar deals with the RVs for less and, you know, assortment of other dealers. And Kyle Adams is Explorer and assortment of other dealers. So here at DRV, we're using 5/8 tongue and groove plywood. This is the same exact thing you guys have at home in your residential homes. 5/8 tongue and groove plywood, okay? So it's gonna be a little bit heavier than your particle board, but what I always tell customers when we're at a show is, especially, you know, first timers, well, gee, how much this weigh? Well, 18,000 pounds. Gee, I just looked at one the same size and it was like 13,000. Well, you want quality or you want lightweight. The two don't go hand in hand. In order to make it lightweight, you've got to take something out of it, right? You guys follow me on that? Yeah. So we are not the lightest kids on the block, and that's because of the materials that we use. Our frame, again, which we're going to go over here shortly, but that's why DRVs are so heavy, because of all the components that we put into the unit. the solid wood cabinet doors, the solid wood drawer fronts, the 5/8 tongue groove plywood, the 15-inch box tube frames, the 1/2-inch tongue groove plywood roof. All those things add weight. That's why we're so heavy. All right. Once a unit comes in, once a frame comes in, I should say, we get our frames from Lippert. We don't have a fabrication shop here. These frames are made for us, by us. Nobody else has this frame. The only reason why Lippert does that is because we don't have a fabrication shop. This frame is our frame. It's ours. We let Lippert, put everything together. Everybody else out there in the RV industry is running a 12-inch I-beam. All right? We're a 15-inch box tube frame. That sets us apart from everyone else out there in the RV industry. You guys will see it as we're going down the line. Once we get it all framed up, there'll be insulation on the outside here, then your fiberglass gel coat, just like a residential home. We're gonna frame it, we're gonna wire it, then we're gonna site it. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear that. And I don't have enough fingernail or nail or something, I can pull this back. Basically what that is a 1/4-inch piece of what's called Monsanto foam, styrofoam. If I were to take Denise and hand her a copper cup and take a pot of coffee and pour it in that cup, what's gonna happen with your hand? It's gonna get hot, right? If I were to take a styrofoam cup, put it in the hand, pour coffee in it, what's gonna happen with your hand?
Not gonna get
Nothing, it's not gonna be as warm, right? That's exactly what I'm doing here. Behind every piece of interior wallboard inside this coach, as you can see looking through it right now, that 1/4-inch piece of Monsanto foam is behind every piece of aluminum studding. Aluminum is a great conductor of hot and cold, right? Yep. So, Sally's down in Florida. It's 139 degrees like it always is around this time of year. The sun's beating down on the outside of this unit. She's got her AC kicked down to 70 degrees inside of her coach, okay? If I didn't have this 1/4-inch piece of Monsanto foam behind all of her wallboard, I would be able to walk inside of her coach and tell her where every single stud was in her coach, because there'd be a warm spot on her walls. Aluminum is a great conductor of hot and cold. When hot and cold meet, what forms? Condensation, exactly, moisture. Take a beer can, take a pop can, take a soda can, walk outside, and it starts to sweat. That's exactly what happens with this aluminum side of an RV. You guys have all walked inside of an old RV before and got that old damp, musty smell. That's from condensation in between the walls where that aluminum's sweating. I told you what Vice versa. Who was Michigan? So, we're Michigan. We decide we're going to stay until October, November. We're not pulling out to go to Florida until November. Vice versa. There'd be a cold spot on your walls while you got your heat running inside the units. We're stopping that hot-cold transfer from entering your coach with that Monsanto foam vapor barrier. All right?
No question that it works.
What's that?
There's no question that it works.
Definitely it works.
Yeah.
So that's why we do what we do. That's why we love to bring customers on our tours, because you can go to RVs for Less, you can go to Explorer, you can go to Lazy Days, you can go wherever you guys are shopping for your units from, but all you get to see is a finished product. You don't get to see this. You don't get to see what sets this unit apart. You don't get to see what you paid an extra couple dollars for. This unit, prime example of why I love to bring customers on a plant tour. So, I don't care if you're brand X, brand Y, brand Z, DRV, I don't care who you are. All of our windows, a lot of our components all come from the same vendors. Period, point blank, hands down. Nobody's windows any better than the other. Period. Okay? A dual pane window is a dual pane window. Dual pane windows are important, right? Why are they important? Insulation. So, sometimes when I say this, people look at me like, he's an idiot. How would you feel if I told you that unless you had a DRV and you had dual pane windows in your previous units, you wasted your money?
What was that again?
Unless it was a DRV, and this isn't a sales pitch, unless it was a DRV, if you had dual pane windows in any other unit out there, you wasted your money.
Yeah, I agree. Because they crack.
Well, it's insulated, so what are you going to gain by having...
Because it's a wood frame, and the window's sitting in the wood frame.
Bingo. When I first came here to DRV, and like I said, I've been in the industry for years, and I'm like, why do you guys do that? That's stupid. I mean, that's just me. That's just stupid. Because I'm Mr. Know-It-All at that time. I'm a lot younger too. Why? That's stupid. Why do you guys do that? And before they could get it out their mouths, it made sense to me. I just told you guys that aluminum's a great conductor of hot and cold. So when those windows come in us, we're going to take that window itself. It's two pieces. Window comes in on the outside, then there's an aluminum frame that runs around the inside, and they put 30,000 screws around it to secure it into place. If we're screwing that window right to the aluminum, we just defeated the purpose of a dual pane window, because any hot or cold transfer that this aluminum's emitting is going right between both those panes of glass. Wood's a great insulator. That's why we go back around the aluminum in wood, and then we clamp that window to the wood. Again, these are things that you guys don't see when you're at Lazy Days, Explorer, RVs for Less, Rolling Treats, or wherever. Once this unit gets here, we're going to insulate it. Looks like a big fluffy puppy. There for a minute. The guys have Sikoflex, black, nasty, crappy stuff. It's heated up inside of an oven, and they'll run it down every single stud on the sheet. It's basically like Gorilla Glue. And when I say Gorilla Glue, it's like Gorilla Glue. They set it on every single stud. They'll get the hoist, bring it over, goes on the side of the unit. They'll go around the perimeter with screws to hold that piece of glass on the side of that unit until that cures. We also have braces, and if you look down the line, you'll probably see some further down. The line's been shifted around for inventory, but there's braces that apply pressure to those studs until that Sikoflex dries.
What are you eating there, Mark?
I really don't know. I really do not know.
You're going to demonstrate how
Oh, German chocolate something.
Okay.
Cream cake.
Squishy.
It's good, it's messy. That's what makes it good.
Well, how does it taste?
Very good.
We're waiting for you to get it all over your face. What you eating there, Mr. Parker?
Some kind of cheesecake.
It looks like a cherry cheesecake.
This thing's gonna be a gone.
Must be pretty good. That's what I started to say. It's disappearing pretty fast.
I just remember in the 60s.
Think about DRV.
Oh, DRV? Well, you know, they're well built.
You're on camera.
You're like me. You just locked
You
up.
froze up.
You just locked up when you got in front of the camera.
Don't do this one now.
Oh, just lock up when you get in front of the camera.
Huh?
You just locked up when you got in front of the camera.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All the time.
So do I.
This hunky, his face turns red too.
But Mr. Mike is one of our followers.
Yep.
Yes,
He's one of our followers.
He's the first one that came. That's the reason he's got a shirt on. He
Yeah.
was the first one that came to the trailer when we got there.
Yep. My wife spotted you, and she says, "Soaring Together's here." Boom! I let you set up and
So
everything.
we decided you deserved a shirt.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well,
that's why I'm wearing it
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I'm one of their best followers.
That's
I know.
right.
I know now to comment. I wasn't commenting before. I was just watching it and giving the thumbs up. But now
So
I
it's
don't-
no telling what you're going to say.
I already commented on one
I
of
know.
them.
I commented back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is their Harley-Davidson colors. Not necessarily found of all the gray, but that being said, I like the pinstripe, which would give me somewhat of an idea of maybe putting red on mine and the yellow.
So tonight we had a concert.
We did. Actually, I wasn't planning on going, and Denise went in and do some pictures and videos, and she texted me. She said, "You need to get in here."
You need to come.
So I am very glad that I did. Had a good time.
He was actually a Baptist minister from East Tennessee.
But he also used to open for a lot of country music stars.
Yeah, was sang with a lot of country music
Yes,
stars.
and it was very good. He had an excellent voice and just very entertaining. Yeah, it was pretty good.
So we've just had an awesome week. It's been, the week's gone by fast. And like we said from the very beginning, we've met a lot of new people. We've even met a lot of our followers. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's video and just seeing some of the fun that we have at the rallies. And if you're interested, if you are a DRV owner and you're not a member of any of the DRV groups, I will put a link to the SOITC rally information in the description of this video. So we just want to thank you for viewing our channel, and like and subscribe so you'll be notified each time we post a new video. Hit that notification bell. So Ricky and I are soaring together and living life in different places, and we just want to say thank you for watching. See you next time.